Welcome to Personal Development Mastery Podcast, episode 356. This episode comes just before Christmas, and for many, myself included, Christmas is a period of celebration, of family time, of enjoyment. And I will start today with this. So, the podcast will break its normal flow until the new year. So starting from today, we're not going to have 2 episodes a week. As a matter of fact, there will be 1 more episode in December. And then again in January, we will start again with 2 episodes a week, Monday and Thursday. However, worry not, because if you would like to take the time or use the more free time of Christmas to catch up with some of the really important previous podcast episodes, I have exactly the thing for you today, and I will point out the ones that I really recommend and invite you to listen. And I'm going to get into that in a moment. This was the 4th year of the podcast, with 81 episodes published in 2023. 35 of them were conversations with guests, and there were 26 snippets of wisdom episodes, which means that there was a snippet of wisdom roughly every other week. And that is, for me, first of all, something that I enjoy seeing. And I believe there is immense power in this kind of episodes. Because it's one thing to listen to a 40-minute conversation on a podcast and pick some insights. And it's another thing to listen to 5 minutes to a podcast and find something that is so powerful that it inspires you to take action on it. Another important thing that happened with the podcast this year, and really I can't just call it important, it is a big milestone actually, that was the pivotal shift in the podcast content, steering towards deeper spiritual conversations that we started in October. So it's almost 3 months now of this new direction of embracing a spiritual focus. And in case you have missed the episode that I discussed about this, it's one of the episodes that I will direct you to and invite you to have a listen. By the way, all the links will be in the show notes, so you can listen to the episodes that you want with ease. As a reflection here, I have noticed that the audience of the podcast is readjusting the last few months, which is hardly a surprise with having this significant change in the topics. Even though for me there is not 2 topics, personal development mastery and spirituality. It's one. There is no, for me anyway, clear distinctive line that on one side it is personal development mastery, and on the other side is spirituality, the spiritual growth. So for me, it's not a significant change in the topics as someone might perceive it. For me, it's simply an evolution, and a necessary one, a pertinent one, and one that I was, in a way, asked of me to do. I was inclined to do. I was inspired to do. You know, it's that beautiful feeling that happens sometimes when you realize that your work or your life, what you produce with your life, is happening through you. So, not by you necessarily, but through you. So, you are the conduit for that to be expressed. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I do believe that the evolution of the podcast direction in embracing a spiritual focus is exactly happening through me and not by me, not from me as such. Anyway, I will move on. And before I share with you the 5+1 episodes of the year that I will invite you to listen to, of course, there's one more big, huge for me, milestone this year. And that's launching my book, my first book, 88 Actionable Insights for Life, which only happened a couple of weeks ago. That was a lifelong dream come true, to publish my own book, and I've had an outpouring of reviews and comments, and that has been heartwarming. I'm deeply touched and grateful for your support. I had some of you sending me snapshots of you holding the 88 Actionable Insights for Life book in your hands. And, for me, seeing the book out there, making its way into your lives, and when I receive your photographs and messages, these are all real life proof that the insights in the book resonate with you. And I'm totally honored to be a part of your personal development journey. So if you've gotten the book and you haven't shared a photo of it yet, I'd love to see where the book finds its home. So post a photograph of you holding the book and tag me. One other thing that happened with the book was that it had a very warm reception. Actually, it was a hot one, because 88 Actionable Insights for Life shot to number 1 on Amazon's Hot New Releases list in 2 different categories. And this means that more people will discover these insights and potentially transform their lives. And I will digress for a moment with the book. Well, actually, I have already digressed. But I want to say a huge thank you to every one of you who has bought a copy, left a review, sent me a message to congratulate me, or helped spread the word about the book. Your support has been nothing short of amazing, and I'm truly grateful. And coming back to the episodes of the year that I will invite you or redirect you to listen to during the Christmas period, and I will mention them in no specific order, apart from the first one. And the first one is episode 288, How to Manifest Miracles with Victoria Raider. This is simply a must-listen episode. If you enjoy listening to Personal Development Mastery, if you resonate with this podcast, then that episode you really don't want to miss. Unlocking the power of manifesting miracles and understanding your dominant vibration, the 6 mental faculties. It is a really special episode, and if you are a soul that is seeking, by listening to that episode you will find a miracle. The second episode that I will invite you to listen from this year is episode 312, The Power of Just Feel Good and the Secret to the Life You've Always Wanted, with Andrew Kapp, where we discussed the simplicity of feeling good, the power of gratitude, and practical techniques to cultivate a positive mindset, being present, enjoying the moment. An insightful conversation full of actionable advice and simple practices to help you improve your well-being and create a more fulfilling life. Number 3 on my list of recommendations for this year is episode 302. How to create the lasting motivation you need to overcome obstacles and realize your dreams, with Jamie Fair. where we discussed how to cultivate lasting motivation, push through fears, and make the most of our unique circumstances, especially during adversity. The fourth episode of the year that I will invite you to listen is number 288, How to Find Happiness and Fulfillment in Your Midlife Season, with Bernie Borges. This episode is enlightening in many ways. We discuss midlife and the most common misconception about it, that midlife is a midpoint. In that conversation, there's also the distinction between happiness and fulfillment. So if you are seeking greater fulfillment in your midlife season, this conversation is definitely one you won't want to miss. And the fifth episode of the year that I will invite you to listen to is episode 294, How to Embrace Your Feminine Energy, with Yul Sonmez, where she discussed what is feminine energy, what are the qualities associated with it, and how one can improve their connection with their feminine energy. I will also make a special mention to one of my most recent episodes of the podcast, and that is, of course, episode 350 with Dr. Christina Lira. We talked about bridging science and spirituality as a holistic approach to well-being. If you want to learn how to integrate science and spirituality in a way that enhances mental and physical well-being, and to build inner strength and find peace of mind, that is, simply put, one of the most significant conversations that I've had on the podcast. So here we are. This concludes the 5+1 episodes that I will invite you to go back and listen to. Again, you will find the links to all of them in the show notes, so you can easily listen to the one that you want. I will also add a couple of wild cards if you want. So especially if you have been following my personal journey, there are two significant episodes that I will direct you to. One is episode 326, where I described my insights and learnings from volunteering as crew member at Tony Robbins' event in the fire team. The other episode is, of course, the very recent episode 353, where I share my release of my new book, my first book, 88 Actionable Insights for Life. I share the backstory of how the book came to be and the invaluable lessons it offers, combining practical and inspirational insights from some of the most exceptional guests I had on my podcast. So here we are. These are 9 in total episodes from this year that I invite you to listen to during the Christmas season. I want to thank you very much for listening to Personal Development Mastery, for letting me into your life, allowing me to inspire you to take action towards improving your life. I wish you a wonderful season's greetings and joyous and peaceful entry to the new year, 2024. My warmest wishes to you. Thank you. And until next time, stand out, don't fit in,